Hey up, welcome to another video, and I'm one happy bunny. I'm at Vestrahorn in Iceland, and it's absolutely one of the #1 locations in Iceland if you're a landscape photographer. It's absolutely stunning and it's lived up to all expectations. We've got these amazing black sand dunes, that amazing mountain range. The weather's actually playing ball with us for once today. We had a whiteout blizzard yesterday evening, so we were actually planning to come here for sunset, but it just wasn't going to happen. And we've got up this morning, had us breakfast, and we've got some lovely side light. It's absolutely stunning. The wind is bitingly cold. My nose keeps running, it's that bad, but we're surviving. And I'm just setting up my first composition. So let's have a look at this place. It's infinite. There's so many places and things you can take shots of, but yeah, join me. Let's see what we can do here. We're on the beach, this black sand dune beach, and my first composition, I've got this rippling sand in the dunes. And you've got this, I assume it's marram grass like we get at home back in the UK, but it's on these black dunes, which makes it look so otherworldly and unique. Oh, what a place. Yeah, so my first composition there, I've got these sand dunes, I've got these ripples, these lovely sand ripples running across. They're leading off towards the mountain itself. Yeah, excuse me. My nose is running, that wind's so bitingly cold. Yeah, so I've got these ripples. They're like almost like snakeskin the way they're running across. So beautiful. We've got some really good side light. It's still fairly early in the morning. Sunrise, we're at whiteout. We had an absolute blizzard overnight, high winds and snow. Not much of it's remained, but there's still, you know, the hints of it. The driving was quite treacherous, a lot of ice and snow on the road. Now we're here. Oh, it's absolutely superb. You can probably tell in my voice that I'm on cloud 9 to be here. A good friend of mine actually messaged me last night and he said this was in his top 2 locations on his bucket list. So yeah, I feel pretty privileged to be here to tick this off. What a place. Yeah, so got my first composition. Let's have a look at it. Let's see what we can make of it. So here's this first composition. Got these ripples of sand in the foreground, then the dunes, and then that amazing mountain range in the background. Settings wise, I'm at 1/50th of a second. That's about half a stop underexposed for the sky. I'm at f11 and I'm at ISO 64. Yeah, let's get that shot in the bag. So we ventured down to the water's edge and try to get those reflections. We've got these quintessential Icelandic black volcanic sands, mountains in the background. We've got these waves coming in, it wets the sand, you get these lovely reflections. I've put a 10 stop on, it's very bright sunlight now, I'm getting a 20-second exposure. That's dragging out the waves, it's making the most of those reflections. But much like beach photography anywhere in the world, the issue is the sand and the camera, the tripod moving, especially as is happening now. A wave comes around your tripod, that shifts it, I get wet feet, cold wet feet, and the camera moves. So effectively you've got to reset your exposure, reset your composition, and start again. In fact, I'm having to retreat, I'm getting wet feet, and it's absolutely freezing, so yeah, wet feet in these conditions. I'm going to end up getting frostbite and losing a toe. So yeah, so hopefully I've got that image, and if it's any good, here it comes now. Right, freezing cold North Atlantic 1, my right foot nil. So I think it's time to head back up into the dunes, I think. Maybe head back to the car and get a change of footwear, change of socks. Yeah, I packed a pair of wellies, I brought them all the way from the UK. I've worn them once, they've not even been wet. I come here and end up I end up with a very wet foot. Who's the idiot? So yeah, let's head back into the sand dunes and see if we can find some more compositions. Well, I'm sad to say we're gonna have to leave this place. Apart from the fact that it's bitterly cold and I've got a wet foot, we seem to have lost the best of the clouds. The thing about this place is a bit like when I'm up in the Scottish Highlands, you can get all 4 seasons in a space of 15 minutes. So we may find it comes back and it's absolutely brilliant. But for now at least, I'm heading back to the car, change of footwear, and the boss has told me that it's time for a hot chocolate up at the cafe. If you've been following the channel for a while, as I walk rather cautiously over these mighty rocks, if you've been following this channel, you'll know that I'm a big fan of waterfalls. Check out this business. Now that's a waterfall. Welcome to Skogafoss. Wow, you just know we're going to be able to get some images here. So stick around, let's see what we can do with this place. Well, what a place. We came here the other day. And it was a little bit too late in the day. There was I think there were about 16 coaches in car park, dozens and dozens of people stood in front of the falls. So we're not a chance in a million years you're going to get a shot. So my plan is to get this shot. Unfortunately, we've been cursed by those bright blue skies. It seems to be the story of this holiday to Iceland. On an evening we're getting snow flurries coming through, so we're losing the sunsets. Our morning's not much better, if I'm being honest. But it's about 8:30 in the morning now, so the sun's definitely up, but yeah, we're definitely getting those bright blue skies, unfortunately. That's a shame, but I'm not going to get the shot. I've just taken one in vertical orientation. We've got these wet rocks and this sheet of ice leading up to the falls, so I'm getting a few reflections, and I'm just going to do one now in horizontal orientation. I do a charity calendar every year, and I just thought this might look like a good shot. I'm also going to use the opportunity to walk as close up to the falls as I can, do a little bit of a pose, a bit of a selfie. I thought that might look good in the calendar. It just means I can sort of insert myself into it. Yeah, so we're going to get this framed up and we're going to get the shots. So as I said, I've got the sheet of ice that's just catching a few reflections. It's almost glass smooth. A few rocks, these really interesting pebbles with a little bits of ice in front. Settings wise, I'm sort of fluctuating between sort of f11, yeah, f13. I've actually had to up my ISO to get that sort of 1/6 or half a second exposure that I'd like for a waterfall. Yeah, I'm at ISO 100, which is still incredibly low. As I mentioned many times, the base ISO on this Z7 is 64. So yeah, at 100, there's going to be no perceivable noise. It's a joke really, there's not a problem there whatsoever. So I'm going to quickly rattle off this shot. I might move a little bit closer, we'll see. The problem is, of course, as it always is with waterfalls, I'm getting obliterated with spray. In front of my lens is constantly having to be wiped. In fact, my normal wiping cloth now is absolutely soaking wet, so I'm going to have to change for another one. So yeah, let's get that shot, and if it's any good, here it comes now. Well, usually when I come to a waterfall, spray's an issue, but at this place it's a whole new level. It's such an amazing torrent of water going over. It's like I'm stood in a rain shower. I'm getting absolutely soaked. So's all my gear, not just the front of the lens. Everything's getting absolutely soaked. I'm going to wrap things up. I think the sun's a bit too high in the sky now. I'm squinting into it a little bit again. If we're lucky, we might see some rainbows because it's south facing, but to be honest, it's that bright now. I think we're just going to pack up and we'll wrap things up. I've also found it a little bit disconcerting. Big chunks of ice are coming over the falls and they're making an horrendous crash and a real boom when they land on the floor below. Yeah, it's quite eerie. So I'm going to wrap things up. It's another short one. Unfortunately, this Iceland trip, they've all been a little bit like that, so I apologise if they're not up to my normal quality. It's a family holiday, so I've not been putting in the time and the effort that I normally do. But hopefully you'll just see them as little tea break videos, nice little short ones for you to watch. Just ones that you can see where I've been and see how I capture some of these images. So till next time, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you.